Hello, crafty clan. Happy New Year. Welcome back to the first video of the year. And today it's just a quick update from Etsy. Have you noticed? Etsy have updated the payment account. Now, immediately I saw this, I ran to go and have a look, and I'm afraid there's very little I can show you from my actual shop. So I'll make a video about this in future when I've got some more data, but we're going to go through what Etsy is telling us just now. So what they're doing is they've updated the payments account to make it hopefully a little bit easier to understand what they're talking about, your finances. We have spoke about this many times, how just terrible the Etsy finances breakdown was. You couldn't get your CSV to match up with other things that they're telling us. So they're saying they've made it a little bit easier. Unfortunately, it's not backdated. It's only from now onwards. So we can't go and look at historical data and get this breakdown. And because I've just taken my shop off vacation mode, like right now, I have no data. So I can't show you anything. But we can show you what Etsy is telling us here. So let us have a look. And this is an update on the Etsy seller handbook. So updates to your seller payment account. We've made your finances easier to understand than ever before. And this was released yesterday, although some people did notice the update happened a few days before that. But they tend to do that. They roll things out and then they tell us what they've rolled out. So let's have a look what they're saying. It's a sound we all know and love, that beautiful ka-ching that alerts you on your smartphone when you've made a sale. And I'm going to talk about this in a future video, but I've had all these alerts turned off for so long. It's nice to start with, but sometimes it's stressful to have all these noises, alerts and everything. Sometimes you need some time off. But anyway, but no number of ka-chings can make up for a less than firm grasp on your business's financial landscape. So we've been chatting with our seller community to find out how to use the seller payment account, in particular what data is most useful to your business. We want you to feel even more informed when it comes to your shop finances. This is good and this is true. People have said for a while this was difficult to understand. It was hard to know what Etsy was trying to tell us. So they have changed this. One thing I've seen some people are saying, they've changed how they're showing when they charge a buyer sales tax and remit it to that state, because that's something that sort of never really goes into your account, but it kind of does, but it doesn't. So before, it used to be almost impossible to find. I actually had a video on how you had to use the Excel sheets to do a little bit of fandangery to figure out how to calculate that. So they have changed that a little bit, and if you're not used to it, it looks very different. So it looks like the numbers aren't adding up, but they kind of are. It's just that thing. So we want you even more informed when it comes to your shop finances. That's why this week we're excited to roll out some changes. We've reworked how we summarize and present your finances to make it easier for you to understand and use the information about your sales, fees, and profit margins. We believe that these tangible changes can help you not just review your sales, but also effectively plan your shop's future. Hopefully, help some people who are trying to figure out their taxes, because it is difficult. However, if you're struggling to do your taxes, myself, Etsy, all sorts of places can help give you an idea, but always check with a tax expert. In many places, there are small business helps, especially from your tax office. They're worth going to. Or if you're making a big heap of money online, I would say that's the first place you should be investing in an accountant, a tax experty person, someone that can keep you the right side of the law. There are two overarching changes you can expect with the seller payment account updates. Straightforward financial summaries. We've updated the way we summarize information, refunds, total sales, and taxes collected. There we go. I said that. To make understanding your finances easier. Within those summaries, all refunds, credits, processing fees, and sales tax are separated from each other. Hopefully, it's going to be a bit more easy to understand. More financial education moments. We've added tooltips and descriptors for all fees so you can better understand what's being charged and why. That sounds really good. Tooltips tend to be like little question marks or something you can hover over to get some more information. Yeah, let's deep dive into these changes. So here's a view of what you're getting, and you're only going to be able to see it for January. When I clicked on my own shop on this little drop down to pick time periods, at the minute it's only saying this month, all of this year, which is the same as this month just now, and then last year. And when you click on last year, it says, oh yeah, we've not got the new data for that, and we'll just show you the old stuff. So at the minute it's a bit of a step back because we can't look at other summary really, so it's a pain. So as you can see, we can collapse the categories here. It tells you your net profit for the month, which I am assuming, yes, that takes in all your income and takes away all the negative to tell you your net profit for the month. And this is cool. So you've got the sales, refunds, and the sales tax paid by the buyer that doesn't come into your account. So that's good. It's well, I will have to check this, but what I am assuming, yes, indeed. So your total sales is all the money that the buyers have paid. That includes that sales tax. Where it didn't used to in the past. So we can now see in total what buyers paid was this $478, and the sales tax was $39. So how much you made in sales was that minus that for just now, and they'll take off refunds as well. So yeah, you could have made sales and then refunded it, so it's just going to give you that full total rather than hiding some of it. Your marketing, Etsy ads, offsite ads, and Etsy Plus subscription. That's handy to have all in one place. Your fees, listing fees, credits, transaction fees, processing fees, and VAT on seller fees. That's not quite everything. Maybe it'll show different in different countries, but that's a reasonable breakdown. And your shipping costs. So shipping labels and the VAT on shipping labels, if that's relevant. I assume they're showing this because I'm in the UK. I get to see the UK data, so I assume the US data might be different because you don't have VAT. So let me know, actually. In the country you're in, do these little graphics look slightly different for you? I assume they'll be country dependent. So, new summary groupings. Your activity summaries are grouped into 4 sections, as we just seen: sales fees, marketing, and delivery, if you're eligible. So, oh, nice little nugget. Postage labels on Etsy are available for sellers located in US, UK, Canada, and Australia. So, bit of a pain when for the Star Seller badge you really need to use Etsy labels, but only 4 countries allow you to use Etsy labels. Anyway, it's important to note that sales tax, VAT, will appear in the respective sections within your summary, as we spotted. Depending on buyer-seller locations or local regulations, the buyer may be charged a sales tax or VAT on their order that is required to be collected by Etsy and remitted to the local tax authorities. This is paid by the buyer on the order and will show up for sellers in the sales section. Yep, so you're going to see what happens if somebody from a certain state in America or different, but it's generally in certain state, Etsy has, because of the size of Etsy, it has to charge them sales tax. So that adds on to the price of your order. They pay more, and then Etsy remits that for you. So in the past, that money just used to vanish. You used to never see it. You used to never see it was coming in and going out, but now they're showing it. And depending on local tax laws, some sellers may be subject to VAT on their seller fees. This is a tax paid by the seller and is charged in the fees, marketing, or delivery. For everyone in the UK, and I'm sure lots of other places, that is all the services we buy from Etsy, which is fees and things like that. We are charged in the UK, it's 20% extra. So for every dollar in fees, we're charged every pound, I'm talking about the UK, every pound in fees, we're charged an extra 20 pence. And that's broken down for you. So let's have a closer look at each section, the sales and fees. Yep, as we just said. So yeah, so you're going to see, cool. For everyone that doesn't know, if you haven't done accountancy stuff before, a green means positive. That's money that you've made. Red tends to mean negative. That's money that's come out. So as we talked about in the above graphic, your total sales, what you sold, might be higher than what you're seeing because sales tax was paid by the buyer and paid to that state. Etsy just took it without us seeing it. So that's that sales number. That's the number that you used to see as your sales, unless there's been refunds. And the fees, yep, you're seeing listing fees, credits if you're using an Etsy Plus, transaction fees. That's the fee for being able to sell on Etsy, and the processing fees, that's for using the checkout, that's for processing the money, and then the VAT on all of these fees, the 20% on what you've paid in fees, and that all adds up to your fees. So yeah, total sales, refunds, totally makes sense. Listing fees, processing fees, and transaction fees are now listed separately. Handy to be able to see it all. When you get a fee refund or credit, this is called out specifically as credits. Okay, so if you refund someone, you're going to see how much is taken out of your account, but you'll also be credited back the fees that you were charged when you made the sale. So that'll be credited in here as well. Good to know. If you receive Etsy fee debit or credit in the selected time period, this will appear as miscellaneous Etsy debits and Etsy credits under the fees summary. Okay, so yeah, an Etsy fee debit or credit. So if for some reason you're credited some Etsy fees, that's where they'll show up. And then they give absolutely no example of that. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for the pointless thing there. Okay, marketing summary. You'll see relative marketing charges like Etsy ads, offsite ads, and Etsy Plus subscription. I can't think of any more that'll be there just now. Don't know if they're planning adding some in the future. Probably not. But that's all your marketing fees. It's cool to see that there. And shipping labels and what you were charged on them. That's interesting. So they're showing the little box for VAT on shipping labels, but there's no VAT for the Etsy paid subscription, which I'm sure we do have to pay VAT on that. So it'll be interesting to see if that turns up. Delivery summary. This will only appear for sellers in those 4 countries that can actually use Etsy shipping labels. Okay, new tooltips. Have you ever been perusing your seller payment account and seen a line item that you don't understand? We want to remedy that. We've added tooltips for nearly all of the new summary items which sellers may have questions, like sales tax, VAT, and all fees. These tooltips will explicitly call out pertinent info like why a fee is charged and how much it costs. Okay, cool. So it's showing little tips below this about your fees and stuff. So handy. We've updated recent activity line to be more specific and helpful to you. Now you'll see a separate line for each activity. Hang on, am I looking at the wrong thing? No, they haven't shown a thing for the tooltips, really, have they? Anyway, we'll get to play about with it once we actually have some data from January. For example, sales tax and processing fees are separate lines, no longer lumped into the sale line, which is great. I spent a good few days doing a video to make sure all these numbers add up, and they do, but it was confusing to dig into it. So it's more transparent, hopefully. As I say, once I get some more data, I'll download the files and compare everything and see how it works. As excited as we are about these changes, we also know that our work isn't done. We're continuing to listen to you and your needs as a seller, and we're working hard to hear your consideration. Okay, that's cool. And if you haven't seen on your finances dashboard, it does say a little thing like, tell us what you think of this. So don't get mad at them. I think they've done a good thing here. They're trying to make it easier to understand. So give yourself a few weeks to dig into this. Probably a lot of us are trying to do our taxes just now. So play around with this, see if you understand this. If it seems a little bit easier, then that's good. Message Etsy and tell them they've done right as well. Don't just complain, but tell them what you dislike, tell them what you do like. And okay, it takes a while for them to listen. We've been complaining about how they break down the sales for quite a while, so they've just made the change. But tell them what you like, tell them what you don't like, and they should listen to us eventually. And if enough people are saying this is cool, but this totally sucks, then they will listen. They want to update this and make it better. So I think this is really pretty cool. Haven't had a chance to play around with it because I ain't got no numbers to check on it because, shop's been on vacation. But as time goes on, as we make some more sales, it's going to be interesting. Okay, if you've got to this point, then you must be really interested in growing your Etsy shop. So thank you so much for being with me. Don't forget to subscribe. And if YouTube's not giving you notifications of when I create these videos, you might want to join my mailing list. I don't spam people, but the link will be in the description below. I will occasionally send out emails with hints and tips, and you also get a little guide, a step-by-step to growing your channel when you sign your shop when you sign up to my mailing list. So give that a go, because you are super keen if you got to 17 minutes of listening to me waffle. So happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.